And then the bullet holes line up to form. After the latest plot twist surrounding the GTA 6 leaks, this is starting to look more like 5D chess and Tenet rather than just simple exchange of pleasantries between a leaker who has access to Rockstar's upcoming game and a greedy multi-billion-dollar company that was happily using it as a testing ground for just how much they could squeeze out of their fans. It's fascinating that one of the biggest releases of the decade also couldn't be without the biggest leaks so far. And despite its anti-consumer attitude, Rockstar still has a huge number of defenders who draw the line of morality in a very strange place. Buckle up because things are about to get heated. It all started at the beginning of August and not with the first leaks, but with the preparation stage. That was when the architecture connected to the Cyberleek meme coin appeared, which is a virtual currency like Bitcoin, whose value increases with hype. The more people talk about it, the more people buy it, the more expensive it becomes. Cyberleek probably already had access to the build and was preparing a way to monetize it. Later on, this would result in criticism and even a major contradiction because players were, and still are, unsure about his intentions. On August 18, Cyberleek posted the first trailer. It wasn't some pre-rendered cutscene or a dynamic gameplay snippet. It didn't contain any of the artifacts you can usually notice in AI-generated concept art. It was simply a normal gameplay clip. And that simplicity convinced many players that it was real gameplay footage, but there was still the question of where it came from. Maybe it was some old testing footage, or maybe material from an unsecured server. After all, Rockstar itself decided to move part of the production to India to save on costs. On the same day, a second recording and a gameplay map appeared. The recording again showed a normal gameplay segment, making the leaks seem even more credible. Funnily enough, these leaks confirm several of the interesting details I mentioned in my video GTA 6 will be bigger than you think, so I recommend checking that video out. The biggest problem, however, was the leaked map. Some analysis suggested that the image might be incomplete or simply fake, and people used that to question the credibility of the gameplay footage. Another popular theory was that these were old materials from 2023. On the same day, Cyberleek also released his demands. He opposed digital pre-orders, selling DLCs that was already present in the game files, and advocated for supporting single-player games, so that you will not lose the access to the game when they will turn off the servers. This is where the biggest contradiction appeared. On one hand, he claimed he was doing this as a manifesto and for the players, while on the other hand, he encouraged people to buy his coin. Many people might consider this the biggest weakness of the whole plan, but I personally don't think so. I think that by doing this, he gave Rockstar a weapon and pointed it straight at himself, although this weapon would shoot both ways. Rockstar could have actually apologized at any moment. If they done that, Cyberleek would have looked like a complete hypocrite. After all, they would have done exactly what he wanted, and he would still be releasing more material while promoting his coin. That would have turned all the players against him, but of course it would also mean admitting to the anti-consumer practice of digitizing their games, and Rockstar simply cannot allow that. That's why I think that the argument about the tokens loses its importance. In the end, the leakers' actions are a mirror pointed directly at Rockstar. The next day, on August 19, Rockstar woke up, giving credibility to these leaks because suddenly the material started being removed from the internet through DMCA claims. Meanwhile, you can easily find fan-made AI renders on YouTube that are still sitting there without any problems, so many people thought that the message was clear. The leaks you are looking at are GTA 6. If Rockstar would know that it will happen, then probably they would ban everything, even these AI leaks, and then if Cyberleek would release his videos, everyone would be like, oh, they deleted it probably because it was AI, probably because it was fake. As if it wasn't enough, two more leaks appeared the same day. The first simply showed another gameplay segment, but the second one, this was serious. Not only did we see a part of a cutscene and several important features that had not been known before, but the song Sports Car also appeared on the radio. Remember how people previously speculated that these videos were built from 2023? Well, that song was released in January 2025. Therefore, these theories fell apart. The build must come from at least 2025, and that was huge news because nobody had seen leaks like this before. Until today. By the way, since I know this video will get 100k views and a million thousands of likes, I would really appreciate if you could subscribe this channel because I'm missing like 400 subscribers just to get you monetized. Okay, never mind. Thanks a lot, and let's get back to the video. On August 20, the war began on all fronts. Cyberleek uploaded the 5th leak in which Jason flies over Vice City, showing a huge part of the city from above. Then at the end, something happens that completely blows the whole story apart. But before we will get into that, while more leaked videos continued appearing over the next few days, Take-Two made a decision. They are going to the court. Why? Well, to get data from Discord and Microsoft. They are demanding information that could lead to identifying the people behind Cyberleek. And you might ask how many accounts could be affected? Well, around 100,000. So, in order to avoid backing down from one of its anti-consumer decisions, the company is making another anti-consumer decision. Let me remind you that if Discord introduces age verification, you're going to be in trouble because at any moment, a publisher could potentially obtain your sensitive data. Because I know that these companies are telling you that they need it for 5 seconds just to verify your age and then they are deleting it. They are really not. They are keeping this information for 5 years, 10 years. If you scanned your document, it's probably on the page where you scanned it. What's funny is that Rockstar usually dealt with leaks like this by releasing promotional materials. If you remember, the second trailer had to be released several hours early because someone leaked it online before the planned premiere. And perhaps something similar would have happened here if not for one important detail. Maybe Rockstar would release a gameplay footage from GTA 6 just to shut everyone up, and then everyone would talk about this and wouldn't be interested with these leaks. But Rockstar has an exclusive deal with Netflix on August 27. That means that even if they already have a gameplay trailer ready, that would completely destroy the significance of these leaks and it would destroy the Cyberleek. They can't release it no matter how much they want, because that would also ruin the Netflix premiere and make them lose a huge amount of money. They basically created this situation themselves by preparing a special look at the game for players, locked behind the paywall and an agreement that ended up working in the leaker's favor. And that video that I mentioned earlier, something that happens that completely blows the whole story apart? Well, in one of the leaks, Jason shoots a wall and the bullet holes spell out the word leak. This is no longer someone who simply has access to recordings. He has access to the full build, and there is a good chance he is actually playing it on a PC. This guy literally has access to the game and can do whatever he wants in it. We are one decision away from playing GTA 6 before premiere of GTA 6. So, Cyberleek is probably cooked, right? There's no way this guy has another card up his sleeve. Well, listen to this. According to the latest reports, Cyberleek has used a solution straight out of Lost series. He has something called a dead man switch, which is a mechanism that has to be authorized every single day. If for some reason he doesn't do it, the entire GTA 6 build will be released online. Rockstar, by chasing the leaker, has to hope that he's lying, or either he doesn't have a mechanism or doesn't actually have a full build of the game that he could release. There is a lot of maybes here. There is also the discussion about Cyberleek coin and how he wants to earn money on players. Well, you might not believe it, but he voluntarily burned 27% of his entire supply as proof that he has no intention of doing a rug pull.
I'm only burning my half.
Rug pull is when you abandon the project in order to take investors' money while leaving them with nothing. Take-Two, the publisher of Rockstar Studios games, saw its stock price drop, and the next few days will show whether the exclusive behind-the-scenes trailer will manage to restore players' faith in GTA 6. The internet is full of people taking Rockstar's side in these leaks, which I simply cannot understand. They portray the leaks as something bad and terrible, especially the cryptocurrency part, while Rockstar itself releases its game only in digital form to save on physical production costs while also eliminating the second-hand market. They released the PC version and online mode later in order to maximize monetization of player engagement. For years they were turning GTA Online into pay-to-win through the oppressor MK2 and so on. They release a cut-down base version just so players will pay an extra $20 while not criticizing the $100 price because, well, it's the Ultimate Edition. Oh, and of course, they do all of this without showing even a single piece of actual gameplay. The only gameplay you're able to see is exactly what appears in the leaks, meaning people are basically buying a pig in a poke. And finally, they release a game trailer behind the paywall exclusively for Netflix with a 6-hour exclusive window for subscribers. And don't tell me that this doesn't matter, because if it didn't, Rockstar wouldn't be getting enough money for that exclusivity to even consider it. Let me repeat it, there are people who actually take all of this crap into account and then say, No, this leaker is still worse. He's selling cryptocurrencies. There are also people who claim that he stole the game. But wait a second, to steal it he would have to possess it first. And both Sony and all publishers have taught us very well that we don't actually possess our games. We only receive access to them. Therefore, if Cyberleek didn't steal the source code of the game but only the build of the game, he just couldn't have stole it, so there's nothing to criticize him for here either. This leaker drama is a battle between David and Goliath, where many people are cheering for Goliath, but David keeps hitting back with every attack. It nicely shows how fan sympathy can blur people's perception of the ethics of certain actions. Releasing game footage early behind the paywall so Netflix subscribers can watch it earlier? Completely normal. Releasing game footage early as a form of protest against the digitalization of games? A shameful act that must be condemned. To be honest, if Cyberleek had not made that one ultimatum and had simply sold his currency, I would probably also have remained neutral about those leaks. But I'm already tired of every company laughing in gamers' faces at every opportunity because they can do anything they want and the game still will sell. So I welcome any method that makes it harder for them to fully monetize players. I'm really curious what your position is in this little war and what you think about the leak drama. As always, the comments are yours and the likes are mine, so leave one under my video. I'm genuinely grateful to every single one of you who spends this dozen of minutes each week listening to my talks. See you in the next video. For now, bye bye.